Hey, everybody. That's question number 23. We should be showing question number 1 because I got Second Street Marvel, and these are completely random questions. I'm sorry if the first one offends you. Okay, check out Second Street Marvel on YouTube. If you don't know him, you're missing out on YouTube. He's similar to me. He likes his comic books. He likes his movies. He started his YouTube channel about the same time I started, right? We kind of watch the same guys on YouTube, which very similar to myself, except he's from California. And he's bald. So, question number 1 in the MCU. Wait, when was the last MCU movie that you watched?
The last MCU movie that I watched, probably Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Wait, you mean like in July?
Huh?
Like in July in the theaters?
Because my son loves to rewatch that. Like, probably just watched it like a couple days ago.
Yeah. We got the right guy. Best bald character.
Oh, me, obviously. I'm a character. Doesn't that count?
You got Marvel in your name. We'll accept it.
Yeah.
Second question. Yo, where was Shang-Chi? It has been 23 films without an Asian superhero. Shang-Chi, where is he?
I think that's a great question. I think what we're going to learn here in Phase 4 is going to answer all those questions I've talked about for a while. I think that this Phase 4, while a lot of people seem to think that it's going flying under the radar, not very exciting, I think this is the phase that's going to blow everything up. It's just going to blow up, and the MCU is going to explode in our faces at this point.
It only can. Our expectations are this low. Things are just going to go haywire. By the way, people are in the chat, which I'm just checking out. What's going on, LB? What's going on, Chris? And Chris again says Spider-Man. That was the last film that you saw? Yeah, like it's worth watching again. What's going on, Raven, my friend from Australia? Professor X, the best bald character in the MCU. Is he in the MCU?
I don't know.
Did you see this?
Find out.
You remember when Thor summons the hammer above Captain Marvel's, and you can hear the whisper saying, "I'm telepathic" or some shit like that. I have telepathy.
Yeah.
Is that what he means?
I don't know. Oh, he's saying it's announced. Okay.
Oh shit. Well.
I don't know.
Multiverse.
That sounds like a war. That sounds like a war stew theory.
I watch him too. It's up, everybody. Hello, C3 Comics. Professor X is not an MCU yet. Yeah, but he will be. I get you. Alrighty, back to the questions. We were at number 3, weren't we?
Yes.
And you guys can put your questions in, and maybe every 5 or 6 I'll go back to your guys' question. And if you're watching this on the replay, then just leave your question in the comment section, and I might use it for another MCU 33 burning questions. Could the Avengers beat the Justice League?
The simple answer to that is yes, because it just says could. It doesn't say the initial. It doesn't say the initial confrontation. It doesn't say in a rematch or anything like that. Could. Yeah, sure they could.
You went English teacher on me.
Proper planning and everything? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What master does Quill serve?
Yondu.
Ooh. Space Jesus Blue.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that on my stream earlier.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Who purchased Avengers Tower? I actually saw New Rockstars do a video on this coincidentally. This was already going to be one of my questions. But they were talking about the Baxter building at Spider-Man Far From Home. That's my theory. You got an answer to that?
I don't have an answer for that. But, my thing was thinking, what if it was Black Panther?
Yeah, like there's a lot of black people in New York, and he's all about that community outreach.
Yeah, remember at the very end of Black Panther, we seen that they were buying places. They bought the facility in Oakland. Who's to say that they didn't have a location in New York as well?
Yeah, that's what that hole is for, the Bugatti spaceship.
Yeah, could be. It could be.
Will Budapest be a disappointment like Fury's Eye?
No, I don't think it will be.
I don't think it can be. I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Has Cap ever met Logan?
Absolutely.
Did he?
Absolutely.
What army was Logan fighting for? Canadian or yours?
Ooh. I don't know. Now this is where we might have to go into multiverse stuff and pull in the Fox stuff, right?
Exactly.
Maybe it was storming the beaches of Normandy. I don't know.
Hey, weren't we there too?
Huh?
I think we were there too.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the next question. Which Avenger did worse in school?
Man.
Let's name them. Okay, we got the big 6. Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor took Groot. It was an elective, so he exceeded.
Yeah.
We got Tony. Actually, Tony, you know those geniuses, they're not really challenged. I can go either way.
Yeah.
I think Steve did his thing, and I think that Banner did his thing because his dad was gonna whoop his ass if he didn't. Who else is in there? Carol.
For me, I think just thinking off the top of my head, the one that probably did the worst. Like I like your argument about Tony Stark there. That's a good one. Because I was kind of the same way, not really challenged. But
Saying you're a super genius, eh?
Right? Yeah, I am. But I would say the Starks are a sham. Anyway, I would say probably Steve Rogers. I'd probably say Steve Rogers.
Yeah, give it to Steve Rogers. Raven says that Norman probably purchased the Avengers Tower. Old Man Quill was an underrated series. Respect.
Never read it.
Maybe he becomes the Baxter Building. We're on the same wavelengths. Fury's Eye was not a disappointment. Mother flirkin. Canadian Army street war /fighting was extremely important in the Battle of Monte Cassino in World War II. We learned that in our schools, but living in Canada, you would think, they're just making us seem more important. To hear you say that means maybe they weren't BSing me in school. Wanda didn't even go to school. Well, that means she's not eligible for this, so she couldn't have done the worst in school. Let's go to the next question. What's the most confusing power? I'd probably give it to Wanda.
Yeah. Only in the MCU because of what we know about him so far.
Next question. 10. Could Odin have taken Thanos?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think so. I think that's
the reason why Thanos took so long to begin his Infinity Stone search. Because it's not like he knew where all 6 were. Gamora still had to tell him about Vormir.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think Odin could have taken him.
Let me just fact check myself. He didn't know about Vormir, but he knew that Gamora knew because Nebula tried to kill him. So when he found out in Nebula's brain memory that Gamora knew, I guess that's when he began his Thanos, his Infinity Quest. Let's see. Wanda in Earth 6162. Yeah, is it chaos magic? Is it not? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Odin plus Viagra, maybe. Odin lost an eye to frost giants. He's toast. But still, he's got that. When he showed up in the first movie on that horse with the frost giants, these were the actions of a boy. Let's leave it like that. They didn't fight back.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Wayne White. If you can answer these questions in the chat as we go along, Wayne White. Welcome aboard. Question 11. The coolest California scene. There's 2 that come to mind. There's the one in Iron Man 3 when his house is about to be blown up, and it's like, hey, that's on TV, and you can see that. And in Ant-Man, there's when that, the thing that rolls, the packaging, or basically anything in Ant-Man that happened is cool.
Yeah. I would probably say it definitely have to. It might be where Tony Stark's place got blown to smithereens. It probably is that scene. Hashtag the Stark Sham.
I wish I hadn't have said that and influenced your opinion, but those were the ones that came up. Was the Indian kid a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent? I'm referring to Avengers 2012 when Bruce Banner was getting lured outside the city by Black Widow. He was like, do all the agents start that young? And she's like, I did. So was the Indian kid a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent? She never really answered. Natasha never answered.
I'm not really for sure.
Chat?
Maybe not a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, but who knows? Nat certainly knows her way around things like that when she insinuated that in the first place. So she may have connections of places that she knows there are people doing things like that, like those type of trainings and stuff. So could be.
Iron Man crib getting destroyed. Agreed. See, we got a 3-way tie. I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, fellas? Newbie Comics. All you gotta do is answer the questions in the chat or ask questions yourself. We are at question number 12 or 13 of 33. The best trailer trickery. How do you feel about trailer trickery?
I'm all about it. I love it because the trailer trickery. I mean, it gets us theorizing and it gets it keeps me up at night.
Okay.
Love it. I love the trailer trickery.
I think it's lying and false advertisements, but there are times when I'll accept it. Like Odin, not Odin, sorry. Thor had his eye missing in the movie, but in the trailer he still had both of his eyes. If you don't
Yeah.
want to give away plot, that's pretty important. Same with Thanos and the stones. But I'm asking you, what do you think is the best trailer trickery?
Man, this honestly, this has to come down to either Endgame or Infinity War. So, is it the Hulk running in Wakanda, or is the Hulk not being there when Rocket opens that little door? What is it? Honestly, I've got to say, maybe you know what? I'm gonna go with Endgame. I'm gonna go with Endgame.
I got you. Question 14. Who would make the best friend? Now, I was thinking of like sidekicks, so maybe Sam, one of those, War Machine, but you can answer this anyway. Best friend.
Who would make the best friend? Man, that's a good one. I would say definitely Bucky Barnes.
What?
Yeah.
He tried to kill his best friend.
Well,
A whole movie.
But you know what? He completely he knows. I know he knows what he's doing, but he's willing to take responsibility for it. He's been redeemed. He redeemed himself.
Yeah, thanks to
And
Wakanda.
plus, he's there with you till the end.
To the end of the line.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the questions. From the chat. Let's go. It's the kid was a hologram that was designed by Fitzsimmons. Wait, is that actually in the Shield show? Or did you make that up, aggressively relaxing? Because sometimes you know how aggressively it could be. He could be aggressively joking.
The kid was a hologram that was designed by Fitzsimmons. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't remember seeing that in the series, but that's funny.
Mandalorian had the worst trailer trickery. Disagree. I hate trailer trickery. I'm with you. But because it's lying, right? Especially the tone. What do you mean by the tone? What does he mean, the tone?
I don't know. I could speculate.
That has got to be Hulk in Infinity War. I guess that you guys think that's a good thing, and I'm here saying it's a lie. The end game scene where, like you said, Rocket was showing up in Thor's Norway, knocking on the door. Yeah, you don't want to give away plot that the Hulk is actually smart and able to enter a room. You don't want that.
Right. Yeah. Not breaking down a door.
As far as plot details, I don't mind. We're kind of on the same paths. Wavelengths. You agreed with Chaos and Comics, but don't act like the movie gonna be the end. Example: Iron Man 3 or Age of Ultron and be something completely different. Yes. Chaos and Comics says, how much will the WandaVision show affect the films?
Ooh, a lot. A lot.
Until proven otherwise, I consider these MCU Disney Plus shows as significant as movies.
Yeah, and one of the things I've been speculating is that here in Phase 4 we're gonna get the MCU expanded on. It's gonna explode with characters. Mutants are going to be introduced here into the MCU. Kevin Feige specifically said X-Men isn't going to be for another 5 years. X-Men's not. That doesn't say anything about mutants. But I think along with Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think it's going to introduce us to a lot of characters, which I think leading into that is going to be Black Widow. We're getting Eternals going off of that. WandaVision is going to come in and explain everything that's going on with Wanda and expand that even further. And you got to think we got Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness that ties into that even. To me, that just seems like there's so much going on there. And to me, it's all obviously playing off of In the Mouth of Madness. And I just recently watched that, and there's some things going on in that movie, and I'm just sitting there like, you could pull these lines specifically and think about WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and just think about everything that's going on there. I'm just like, man, it's getting ready to explode, man. I'm excited.
They misadvertise when it comes to tone. Oh, I think I know what you mean by tone. I think he's talking about like Thor Ragnarok being all lovey and happy and everything. The first trailer at least showed doom and gloom. If that's what you guys mean, I get you. Infinity War, that movie's trailer was so devastating. And then, it was very jokey. The time just flew right by. At least it was for me. I get what you mean by tone.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, the best friend. Okay. Yeah, I guess he said that right before you said that. So you and Newbie Comics are on the same. Scott and Talos. Best friends? Yeah, okay, Talos, yeah. I mean, he fessed up to Nick Fury on that phone call in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Even Kevin said that Wanda's show is huge and goes into the Doctor Strange 2. Yep. She was on this panel for her show, and then she came back for Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, but sometimes the movie affects the show, not vice versa.
We are, but we're venturing into territory we haven't been into yet.
What's the biggest issue with making a good Fantastic Four movie? Because Fox failed twice, so don't be Fox.
I think the thing is don't switch it up from what it was. You know what works. Just do the characters like they're done in the comic books, and then you could do whatever with the story, but keep the characters who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important part.
And Trinity's not just talking about color, which we both agree. If they're white in the comics, make them white on the big screen, right? But also their personalities have to be what they were in the comics, or else you're not doing a service. You're doing it a disservice.
Exactly.
Kevin Feige says a lot of things. Yeah, he does. You reminded me of, remember That's So Raven? Shoot, I might have said it. I say a lot of things. Remember that little kid?
Yeah.
Lonely banter. Agreed. A lot of agreeing going on here, man. Fox failed with the FF one time. I agree with that because the first two movies I'm fine with, and I rewatched them on Disney Plus recently. I'm good with them. Fox mostly failed. Whoa, you're speaking craziness according to Fox. Well, craziness. MCU did great, not doing what happens in the comics. LOL. Okay. You're telling me Iron Man didn't copy the comics? He went in a cave with a box of scraps, made a suit, came out of it. They followed the comics. Oh, did I mute you? I think I might have muted you. Can you guys in the chat hear Trinity? I can hear me. Okay, yeah, it was you. We go. Confession. I enjoyed the 2015 Fantastic Four film, race swap aside. I didn't even watch it, so I can't insult it. But because it wasn't canon with the MCU, and because it was supporting Fox's craziness, I didn't want to.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Perfect. What did you think of the Josh Trank Fantastic Four? Which
one is the Josh Trank one?
I think that's Fan Four Stick, unless I'm wrong. But he's talking about 2015.
Okay, yeah, the one with Michael B. Jordan in it.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it. It's one of the few superhero movies I've never seen. That one, the new Hellboy.
Me neither.
What was that other one? There was another one somebody just asked me about the other day. I was like, you know what? I've never seen that one.
Birds of Prey.
No. Seen that. There was one other one.
Dark Phoenix.
I can't remember what it might have been. I can't remember. I can't think of what it was right now off the top of my head.
Could She-Hulk replacing the Thing help? When she was on the Fantastic Four, that was the best team. We don't want that. We want She-Hulk. I mean, sorry. We want the Hulk. Let me speak English. We want the Thing in the FF. We want She-Hulk in She-Hulk.
Yeah, definitely.
Iron Man didn't really. Demon in a Bottle as well. I guess they did a scene in a Demon in a Bottle.
Nah.
I'm not even gonna dignify that by vocalizing it. Yeah, I didn't watch it either. That movie was okay until Doctor Doom. Then it went full F-it mode. Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it, man. I heard so much bad things about it. I only watched it last night for the first time on Disney Plus. Oh, really? And give us your review, Wayne. Captain Marvel. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I said it. Well, I enjoyed that movie. So kick rocks.
Oh, what was that supposed to be? As far as which one is the one that was farthest from the comics?
Oh, I think that's what he means. Oh, yeah, it was very far away from the comics. You're right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Captain Marvel is the most comic accurate for Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, and I will take that to the grave with me. That is 100% Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel movie. Go read the current Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. They nailed it in that movie. I don't care what anybody says. It's the most comic accurate of the MCU movies as far as the characters are.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying that anybody has to enjoy that, but I'm saying they nailed it.
I turned F4 halfway through. I loved Birds of Prey. Ooh, loved Birds of Prey. That's interesting. I don't know many people who loved Birds of Prey. If you gotta go take care of that, Trinity. Adam Sandler for The Thing. Yeah, there's enough CGI where it could work. Sure. Bro, I need to get back to these 33 questions. The Thing CGI has been horrid. Well, Marvel will do it right. We have faith. my social distance warrior friend.
Oh,
She-Hulk,
okay. Yeah.
She-Hulk was great in FF4. So, I mean, it could be good, but when we're doing movies, we only have like a few chances to get these characters out there. If you're doing comics and there's a new one every month, yeah, we got to get creative and replace characters and replace members of teams, but it's in the movies, right? I got to get back to the questions, guys. I wanted to go 30 minutes. I don't think I'll go 30 minutes, but we're definitely not going to go an hour. That's not the intention.
Yeah, I think it would still make the cutoff time. I think you'd still make it.
We go to question 15. Where is Red Skull?
Where is Red Skull? Honestly, I think he might be back on Earth. He might be back on Earth for all we know.
How would he get back on Earth?
Probably, I don't know, maybe the same way that he got to Vormir.
You're not wrong, though. I mean, that's where all the movies happen, on Earth. So
Yeah, so far. Yeah. And I'm not sure
Flurkin.
how cosmic that he goes neither. I don't know.
He's stranded on Vormir, bro. And then the next ship that comes looking for a soul stone, yeah, it's right over there. Take a left at the mountain. Get in that spaceship.
Oh, weird.
Oh, Flurkin versus Groot.
I mean, Groot, Groot.
What about Baby Groot?
Groot.
Yeah. I'm just so mad at the scene where Nick Fury loses an eye. I got nothing. Flurkin can kick rocks. All right, how long until the Hulk heals? He snapped his finger. He still fought the battle, kind of injured. But in the scene where he sends Captain America back on his quest, his arm is in a sling. How long until he heals?
That's a good question. I mean, does he really have regenerative abilities beyond just being like human and just like healing? I don't know, because that would just lead me to kind of believe that Tony Stark shouldn't have died. Of course, I have other theories about that too.
And I think it's important to have the Hulk be vulnerable. It's really hard when you have an OP character like that. So when you have a reason to handicap him, literally handicap him, yeah, it's good. So I'll take one movie where Hulk isn't, his full self. And then the movie after that, when Hulk is fully there, it'll be like, yeah, Hulk is here. Yeah, we'll feel more like an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Will Rob Liefeld cameo? This is the creator of Deadpool.
No.
He ruined it, eh? Should Monica be mad at Carol?
No.
After all these years.
I don't think so.
20. How will Thor drop his fat?
Man, is he gonna go Rocky, or is he gonna just snap his fingers? Or is he gonna take the hammer, or is he gonna slam it on the ground? Yeah. I'm not for sure. That's a good question. We'll say that because we know he's not gonna stop drinking. Maybe he just cuts back the ice. Maybe he just cuts back the ice cream. and the pity party, and maybe he gets a Bowflex and he really commits.
I understood that reference. 21. The best. I told you he watched his movies. The best / the hottest that Natasha has ever looked.
Oof, man.
She uses her Bowflex.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be Iron Man 2 when she's Tony Stark's intern.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be that.
I agree. 22. What's a place that you want the MCU to visit? So city, country.
Yeah. This one, there's multiple that I would like to see, but I'm thinking maybe if it's probably Latveria. Latveria's got to be right at the top, and then after that probably Madripoor. It's got to be there as well.
Yeah. You took my number 2, Madripoor, definitely.
And I think we're getting that Madripoor soon anyway. So.
Krakoa too. 23. Wait, but by the way, Latveria, I have had a theory here where I said Sokovia may just turn into Latveria. There's a new guy who took over.
Right. That's exactly that was kind of one of my theories too. I was thinking the same thing.
I probably got it from you. 23. Was that Drax's record for standing still?
He wasn't standing still. He was just moving really slowly. But no, I would imagine not.
Question 24. Yo, who can hold their breath the longest?
Yeah, I was gonna say Vision, but I don't think he counts.
Oh, that's like I'll accept that answer. We go back to the questions in the chat. No, I meant Captain Marvel was one I didn't enjoy.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
learn to love it, buddy. I don't ride out for that movie as much as it may seem. Just because I'm like one of the few guys on the internet who actually like it. I guess that amplifies me as the Captain Marvel lover and all that stuff. I'm fine with what Brie Larson did. I actually agree with what she said about, sometimes movies are not made for you. I'm all with that. That's actually my most like viewed video, which I knew it was gonna be because
Right.
that was some clickbait right there. It's close to Kelly Sue's Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
who cameoed. Did you watch the Kelly Sue DeConnick Instagram like 20-minute thing?
I watched some of it.
I watched the whole thing.
Some of it.
Is there a Hulk boy? Kind of.
Yeah, sorta. In a way.
There's a Hulkling and there's also a Brawn.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get those soon enough.
Trinity. They made those books after the film for what it's worth. So I don't really agree with you there about Captain Marvel. Were you talking about the Kelly Thompson books?
No, not the Kelly Thompson one. Just like even the Kelly Sue DeConnick when they started like the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, and then just carrying on through. The character that I've read is all that, because when I was like reading like Civil War 2 and even some of the stuff leading into that, everything kind of before that, like that I've read of all the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel stuff, it's really accurate to that stuff in the books. Now I think the books, the Kelly Thompson run, I think it's more kind of playing off of the movies a little bit more.
Yeah, things are gonna influence each other.
Yeah.
I think that happened with Tony Stark big time, where Robert Downey Jr.'s performance made the comic book Tony Stark that way. Get back to the questions line. LOL, that's probably what Skrull did. Red Skull? Yeah. Went back to Earth. Maybe he might appear in the Guardians. That's probably likely. That'll be another cool cameo.
Yeah, that would. We need Red Skull back.
What's up, guys? Hello.
Oh.
Depends on how angry Hulk is and how fast he heals. You think you can heal better if you're angry, Raven?
Maybe.
Actually, that totally makes sense. As I was hulking up, I can see that happening. Yeah.
Right.
Liefield sucks, man. Hey, I never said he didn't. I'm just saying. You should be mad. Who was you talking about?
I don't know. I'm guessing he's talking about Brie Larson.
Thor can work that anti-gravity workout in a Guardians of the Galaxy ship. That Dragon Ball.
If Vegeta can do it, yeah, absolutely.
Latveria. Or Latvia. That's an actual country, isn't it?
I don't know.
You know how spell check could be.
Yeah.
He should braid his belly just like his beard. Set up questions from you, Snail. Cats. Samuel L. Jackson and a blonde. If you don't like America, you can get out. Cats, Sam Jackson, and a blonde. If you don't like America, you can get out. Where do you stand?
Huh?
There's a lot of room on this couch if you can't take cats, Sam Jackson, or blondes.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good with Merca. Merca.
Kelly Sue's Instagram thing killed me. Warren Ellis is a top 3 all-time writer for me. I can separate the talent from the actions of the man. Now, while I do, and I talked about this on the podcast with Comic Book University. Let's address it. Warren Ellis's artwork, work, fine, okay, we can judge that. The person though, he's taking advantage of his position. He's using women. He's right, all this stuff. If you're not familiar with the story, guys, we're gonna dip maybe for a minute or two to talk about Warren Ellis. So he's using women, his position to get these women jobs in the comic book industry, making a phone call. Hey, you need a new artist? Check out Heather. Hey, you need a new Heather. I shouldn't have said that because that sounds like a real person actually, because there is a. But if you need a new person to do this work, there's Jenny. There's, you know what I mean? That's what he's doing. And then when he doesn't need you anymore, aka he's no longer anymore, he takes that and he makes a phone call and says, take that opportunity away from her. So that's wrong by all means. However, I look at it as this. If you got in the industry that way, if you played the game, so to say, You can't say, well, that's not right. Now, that's okay. That's my first take there. You want to interrupt here because I got a second to build on
Yeah,
this.
and yeah, no, and I agree because like when it comes down to stuff like that, like you never know where the line is because I don't want to ever try to like victim shame somebody,
Hmm.
but I don't really view what happened with the Warren Ellis thing necessarily as victims of the relationships that they were having. They're really only victims of something that they played into, and this guy kind of just being a jerk anyway.
Yes,
You know,
from
'cause
the
I've worked plenty of places where you see young guys and girls, they're working together, they don't really know each other. You're at work more than you are at home, so you kind of get to into these relationships with people, whether it's an intimate relationship or just a business relationship. Things just kind of evolve, and people set their own boundaries.
Yeah, and so agreed, all of that. I don't think you're a victim anymore. If the inception of this relationship, you knew that you were using it to get higher. Now think of all of the women that they are taking, like, because books need women. They say I need a woman artist or I need a woman editor to get this right, and a phone call from Warren Ellis will get you that job. What that also does is take away a job, a woman's position that wasn't screwing her way to the top. That's what it is. So you're hurting the industry more. Now, these whistleblowers who came out, I want to say that I support that because what you just did is you dried up that pipeline. Now, when the publishers get a phone call from Warren Ellis, they'll be like, "Oh, that's who to hire? Thanks, Warren. That's who I'm not going to hire." Boop. You actually did a good thing and a positive thing. So in no way do I want to defend Warren Ellis. That needs to be said. However, these women who are going about it that way, I can't relate to you. And I'm sure like the next few chats are going to be about that, right? Hello, hello. I was talking about Maria. I don't even know what I said. That's so funny. Maria being mad at her, lol. Oh, yeah, yeah. Monica Rambeau being mad at Carol Danvers. Yeah, yeah. But, hey, chill. You're a little off there. Please let me know, Chris, please. Because that's the point of conversation, right? No one's over here yelling loudly or anything.
Gosh dang, Uncle Tom's! What's going on with this, man? What you bring this Second Street Mall guy on the show for, man? You
I'm
know
sorry.
he's sports fan of Mensa's.
I will not click on that man's comments anymore. There's a lot to say. There's always one in one of these, and it's probably the same guy. There's a lot to say here with the system. Also, the things that Warren Ellis stood for. So I want to reiterate, F. Warren Ellis is not someone I would want my daughter to date. Bad. Warren Ellis bad. I'm just saying that the people who used him to get a leg up,
Right.
I'm not with you. That's all I'm saying. And it's worth saying that.
They used him just as much as he used them.
Understood.
That's really what it is. It was a mutual like back and forth of using each other. Now that's probably not all instances. There's probably some instances where it didn't happen. There's where it didn't quite happen like that. Sure, but for the most part, these are consenting adults doing stuff that they know what they're doing. We've got to be accountable for our own actions. Is what it ultimately comes down to. And like I said, I don't want to try to walk the line of like victim shaming because I mean, a lot of that does exist. I'm sure somewhere along here, there's probably somebody who's actually been victimized, but that don't mean that everybody has just because.
Yeah, that happened. Well, what were you wearing? That kind
Yeah.
of shit. I'm not with that. I just don't see them as victims.
Yeah, they're adults. They're adults.
Question number 25. Will Shuri ever be the Black Panther?
I don't think so.
And she'll never have the powers. Killmonger burned all the flowers.
Yeah, I think though. I think they might do a thing like where maybe she suits up and has to use it for something, but I don't think it'll be where she's Black Panther.
Question number 26. We're nearing the end. Will Loki ever be king again?
Technically, he is a king, isn't he?
Of Jotunheim?
Yeah.
Wait, did the leader Frost Giant die? Did I miss that scene?
Well, I mean, his father.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't he defeated? Wasn't Laufey defeated?
He was defeated, wasn't he? I think Thor in the Dark World, he brought peace to all 9 realms, so maybe they just kind of slipped that in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go
That's
back
a good
to Chris.
one. I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Even the girls, though, say he did so much for comics, but there's a wider issue here, not the specific stories. If you mean like the wider issue is that there's men with influence who shouldn't have influence, then I'm with you again. Like,
Yeah.
F
Yeah.
Warren Ellis. Let's keep on repeating that one. No one is co-signing for this man. I
Right.
understand in order for him to meet women in the comic book industry, he can't take away the Warren Ellis shirt. He is who he is. He is the guy who wrote Astonishing X-Men and all that stuff. He's the Batman writer right now, for now. I get that. He can't take that off. That's always going to be his label. And so when he uses women, he can't pretend not to be Warren Ellis. So I'm with him for meeting women that way. The first woman. The second woman, yes. Then the third woman, and when the pattern starts and when there's so many multiple women just saying, he's using us, yeah. He's not in this relationship to live happily ever after with you. Like, I'll forgive the first one and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Matt Fraction and Kelly Sue DeConnick, yeah?
I will say one thing about this is, because supposedly there's stories about other people in the comic industry who knew about Warren Ellis, other guys and everything, seriously, because this is something that, kind of dealt with as well, is in the point of, those other guys could have easily said something to Warren Ellis too, even if it's not something serious, been like busting his chops, like, hey man, like, shit, you'll hit on anything that moves, won't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like a little jab, a little check, let them know, like, come on, bro, like, you're coming off a little desperate here, man.
I hear you.
Because, I mean, seriously, if you'll hit on anything that moves and you got this many people that he's got making allegations against him, I kind of feel like going a little overboard here, aren't you?
And I saw one of the tweets or one of the receipts that they had from like an email where he said he's commenting on measurements. Remember? Did you see that one? Okay, well, I saw 2 emails, and I'm wondering. Okay, it looks bad, and it looks like he's insinuating something. What you didn't show me in the screenshot was the email that he's replying to. I need to know whether or not you said LOL. That's very like.
Right.
Don't give me one side of the story, because then I'm just gonna
both sides.
Give me both sides, and let me see how long that email chain went for, and let me see like if you were actually like I don't see these women as fake.
Can't be part of it.
I wouldn't buy that actress as Black Panther. Who, Letitia Wright? I'm with you. They could say like she was the Black Panther during the blip. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Loki 2020. Like, what, for the king, or for that's for your guys' election?
Yeah.
I'm watching it from Canada. Bro, I don't care if they say 12 points Biden is advantage. I don't care. Hatred is a hell of a motivator. When he's out here doing his Trump, when he's doing his rallies like, hey, the Chinese virus and this, what he's saying is, hey, everyone who hates China, here it is. I'm the guy who hates China. That's me right here. Yeah, I know you're apolitical, so you probably have nothing to add, right?
Yeah, I don't do like the whole like I'm not voting for any of these quacks, man.
Hey, also F Biden. Similar to I'm like F the victims and F Warren Ellis. It's okay to screw that guy.
Yeah.
Loki was the one who killed Laufey. I missed the scene, but you guys both.
I've been trying to think back to it.
I'm not saying F Warren Ellis to be clear, LOL. You're not.
Yeah.
Chris, very interesting. People that came in through Warren, Chip Zdarsky, Kelly Sue. Also, men came in through him too.
Yeah.
Matt Fraction, Karen Gillan. It's crazy who has come in through him. This doesn't change anything to me though, because he was he was factually getting women in the industry just to. Let me get rid of this. I said, just to that. Chris Sabila, that another name? Okay, fine. He got some men in there too. He got some talented people in there too. That doesn't mean he didn't do what he did with the women and took advantage of his. I guess you got to do that. You got to get in the legitimate ones.
Yeah, and that's like I was saying, like all these people were adults. They're all, some of them are trying to get a leg up. Some of them are like, they're all essentially using each other. So like for us to act like this is really a big deal between consenting adults, I mean, like I get it. It's not. There's practices that go on in a lot of places. I'm not saying that they're right practices, because they're not. But
they're not.
It's
not in the workplace.
And they're just all people using each other. And at this point, somebody feels like more used than the other person.
I take that back. I just said as you were talking, not in the workplace. I don't think these were mostly in the workplace. These were kind of like meeting at conventions and after parties and things like that, to my knowledge. Okay, back to the questions. We got 39. Let's end this with 45 minutes, okay? So 27 is, will Mordo ever be the Sorcerer Supreme? There was a theme going on here. I know I kept interrupting, but will Shuri be Black Panther? Will Loki ever be king? Will Mordo ever be Sorcerer Supreme?
Well, so far Doctor Strange hasn't even been the Sorcerer Supreme, so
He's not?
yeah, he hasn't gone by that name yet. They haven't called him that yet. So
Bro, in Endgame, when Hulk was talking to Ancient One on the roof, she says, like, he's supposed to be the best of us.
right.
You're right, though. They never said Sorcerer Supreme, did
Yeah,
she?
they've still never called him that. That was the only time that they insinuated it, but they've still never called him that. So I think he's like maybe that what's going to go on in the next film will get him there. But will Mordo ever? I think honestly he should. I mean, especially the way Doctor Strange, the first one ended, it'd be good.
It'll be that twist, like when Ironmonger got the suit. It's like, oh, there's a bigger Iron Man. Or same with Ant-Man when the other guy got the suit. The Green Hornet? No. The Yellow Jacket. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. And Killmonger becoming the king. So, what would have Wong's wedding gift been?
Ooh, man.
Wong, you're invited to my wedding.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. My guess is that he probably would have got one of those sandwiches from the deli.
Chat, what do you guys think? It's people that came. Oh, sorry. This one here. Loki's father ate him. That's how you say ate. People do that. Max Santiago, where are you from? Because people don't do that where I am from. Loki's father ate him at the beginning of War of the Realms, and Loki pretty much came out, killed him from the inside. Oh, that's what's his name was talking about earlier, right? Sneal? Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. Yeah, probably so.
No, Mordo will not be. Well, he won't stay it.
Yeah, no.
He killed himself, master of the mystic arts, while confronting Thanos in Infinity War.
Right. Yep. He's not wrong.
Let's go to question 29. Is the Skrull girl returning? Talos' kid.
Absolutely. I think somewhere here along the way we're going to see that the Skrulls, everybody's so disappointed about them being good guys. I think they're going to get radicalized. Who's to say there's not radicalized factions anyway? And that maybe she is actually one of these radicalized factions, and then maybe she gets back to Earth and she remembers her little friendship with Monica.
Storytelling. Wow. 30. Who is the captain? Peter or Rocket?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say Rocket. Just kind of like Cap calls all the shots, but Iron Man's really kind of
Yeah. I'll go with Rocket also. Question 31. Why did Janet age? She was in the quantum realm for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Oof, that's a good question. Honestly, well, I was gonna say, I would ask, do we really know that she did? But I guess we do know that she did. But maybe because she couldn't have been jumping back and forth through time either. That's a good question.
I got it. See, if she was black, she wouldn't crack, but she's Caucasian, so she's Asian.
I'll take that. That's acceptable.
Caucasian aging. There it is.
There you go.
32. The most likely Avenger to die next. Who shall meet her fatal end? His or her?
Oof, that's a good one. The
Who's
next
been there?
one to die.
I need to look at the contract information. Who's next?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say my thing is it's either it's probably going to be Black Widow.
Yeah. Wait, what? She died. She died already.
Oh, did she? But did she?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. I'm not gonna say he's dying in his next movie or anytime soon, but they gotta do Miles. So, bye, Peter. Your time is ticking.
Oof! Ouch!
And the 33rd question: how did Thanos find Wakanda? This man just showed up in the correct battlefield at the right place. How?
Easy. That's like one of the easiest ones. It's like one of the easiest ones because I mean,
I think you talking right now is stalling.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, he had all the other stones. You know, he had all the other stones. He only really needed the 2 stones left. He basically got the tracking device. I mean, everything about the Mind Stone. I mean, it's easy to locate at that point. But plus, he already had agents there on Earth that were tracking the stuff anyway.
Oh, that's right. His ships came all the way from the like ceiling. What do you call it? The sky. So as he came onto Earth, he's like, oh, I guess they're fighting right where my ships are under.
Right. Yeah, and plus they had the Black Order there tracking down Vision anyway. That's what they were doing. They were hunting him down.
Didn't they all die by the time Thanos showed up?
Well, yeah, but they were all there in Wakanda.
Okay, so like their history was their GPS history, like when you Google Maps.
Absolutely.
And that's 33 questions. Let's finish it up in the chat before we go, because I don't want you to write something for nothing. You know, I respect your guys' time and effort that you put into everything here. Okay. So we go to this one here. No Mordo will not be. Yes, he will. He calls himself Master of Mystic Arts while confronting Thanos. I answered this. Sorry. Okay. A blender. You get him like an iron sling ring or something.
Yeah, right.
LOL. I'm driving and I'm using the audio to text option. That's how we came out.
Yeah.
I knew there was a story behind that. Please drive safely. Chaos and Comics. Skrull's initial appearance being somewhat good was pleasant surprise. A good twist if you're a comic reader.
Yeah, that's true. I'd agree with that. Also something to trigger you if you're a comic reader.
Wait. A Fury dies next for sure. He'll be the Coulson of Avengers 5.
But does he really count as an Avenger? I don't know.
Guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cause he was at the funeral, but he was way in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we could count him. I mean, he's kind of we'll count him. If we'll let Tony Stark be an Avenger.
I like the theory that Sam Jackson's character will die. I mean, he's an old guy, and you can't... Look what happened to Carrie Fisher. I know it's different circumstances, but once someone is old and vulnerable, probably not a good idea to rely on it. I think we'll get Miles mostly in cartoon films. For now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, he'll be coming soon enough.
Guess what? If Janet Van Dyne actually died, I'm the one that they rescued is actually a Skrull. Did that make sense in English? Oh, because he told us his...
Actually...
and the one that they actually rescued was a Skrull, he's saying. Nah, that's a long con, man. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could be, but yeah, I don't know. That Janet Van Dyne, though, it does got me thinking. I mean, because really, I mean, her natural age progression would still go normal, just because time is slower there. Doesn't mean that she wouldn't still age normal, would it?
Okay, and also, she went into the quantum realm and went really microscopic to save that missile. That was before the Skrulls even showed up on C-53 in 95.
That we know of.
Oh, I guess you're right. But I'm not a fan of any Avenger. Oh, he was a Skrull the whole time. What?
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. It really does depend on when the Skrulls actually showed up, because we don't really know. We don't really know, because we know that they were working with Dr. Lawson back in the past, and we know that when was it that they went to that they were on that rocket? Was that in 1982 when the rocket exploded? That Janet Van Dyne went?
Maybe.
I think it was 82.
You might be right. Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you got to remember, they were after the Lightspeed engine, and they were working with Dr. Lawson. They knew all about that. And that's what we learned in Captain Marvel. So the timing of that would be, well, because Carol would have been in the Air Force, say, early 90s. She would have been there around the same time that Tony was graduating in 1989. So it's a handful of years later. I mean, if you think about it, the Skrulls could have actually already been there on Earth in the early 80s.
Potentially. Yeah.
Yeah,
hey, there's also one Skrull who she was fighting on the train that got away, and where's that guy? These questions. Fury dies and comes back as an LMD. Well, thanks for making me less productive at work, guys. Hey, that's what we're here for, man. You know me, Chillmonger. Go watch 2nd Street Marvel on his channel that's called Second Street Marvel. Thank you all for joining us. Any parting words, Trinity?
No, not really, man. Thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man. We need to get together more often.
Yes. And now, guys, seriously, subscribe to his channel right after this because I'm leaving. That's what I expect you to do now.